What is going on, guys? Welcome to Purgatory, and we are back home, and we are going to be going over everything that is coming in the fresh season update in Splatoon 3. And we're just going to compile everything that we've learned and all into one list, and then kind of go in depth with things that I haven't learned about yet. So to start, we have two new specials. We have the Kraken Royale, which is pretty much just the Kraken from Splatoon 1 with additional mechanics. We now have a new special called Super Chump, and my favorite weapon in the game is going to be getting this, which I'm really excited. But now we're moving on to the kits. So the new kits that we have coming to the game are the 96 Gal Deco, the Crack-On Splat Roller, NZAP 89, Clash Blaster Neo, Z plus F Splat Charger and Splatter Scope, L3 Nozzle Nose D, Rapid Blaster Deco, Neo Splashomatic, Neo Splooshomatic, Custom Jet Squelcher, and the Tri-Slosher Nouveau, I think they call it. That's 12 kits. So, and new maps coming to the game are Manta Maria. That is a map returning from Splatoon 2 with, it seems to be very minimal changes, but we'll go into that. And we have Ami Ruins, which is a brand new map coming to the game. We actually saw this map in the Splatoon 3 Direct a while back, and it seems like they did change it, hopefully for the better, but we'll see. And that's really everything right now that's coming to multiplayer specifically, I would say. But now we're going to move on to Salmon Run, which actually got quite a bit of love with this season as well. And that is, we got a new boss, which is Horrorboros, which is like a giant serpent in the sky, which is really cool. We're getting a new mode, I assume in April. I don't know if it's a limited time mode like how Big Run is, but it seems that if it's a permanent new mode, that's great, because and we'll go over that in just a bit. And then we're also going to be getting some quality of life stuff, and that is the classic gear from most of the classic gear from Splatoon 2 is coming to this game to use in multiplayer, and we'll go over that again. And then some additional things that we're getting are a new catalog, we're getting new gear, we're getting bigger shop rotations, which makes it to where it's 9 items instead of 6, new locker items, pull codes, we'll go over that, jukebox, online table turf along with new cards, which is really cool for the table turf guys. People who win 10x battles in Splatfest will now be showcased on the news. Big Run on March 3rd, and it ends on the 5th. So that's a lot of stuff to be going over, and if you want to see everything that I've covered already, and I believe that's all the way up until the NZAP, like when we saw the Super Chump and then the new gear and all that stuff. So if you want to go see those, I'll link those, but we're going to skip straight to the whatever we haven't learned yet, and this is the first things first, and that is the Z plus F Splat Charger. So this is a collaboration with Fashion Desk and Ballistics. I assume those are the brands, and this first one is getting a kit of Splash Wall and Triple Ink Strike. That is amazing. This thing is going to motivate people that want to use chargers to be more aggressive, because Splash Wall is like a shield, and Triple Ink Strike makes it to where you can kind of help. It's a support but also aggressive, because Triple Ink Strike really fleshes out the enemy, and it makes them part themselves from you a little bit more, and then the Splash Wall makes it to where they can't necessarily hit you if you're looking at them facing forward, or I guess protecting your back too. And then down here we have the Z plus F Splatter Scope, which is exactly like the Splat Charger. It has the same kit and everything, it just has a scope on it to make it a little easier to aim, and I think it's a little bit longer range. Along with that, we do have a new catalog. If you guys want to see it, I will link the Splatoon NA Twitter in the description below. But we got some new gear. It kind of gives us more in depth on that. So going on to Salmon Run with the extra work mode. So we have, it says here, mandatory update. It's a team building event where you and friends try to collect the most golden eggs. We suggest you ready yourself to participate in April. So it seems like this is coming out in April. It seems like it's going to be a PvP mode to where it's 2v2 and there's 5 waves, and whoever collects the most eggs win. I think that's the case. That seems like how it's going to be, because they have a leaderboard here and everything. I really hope this isn't an LTM like how Big Run is, because more modes are great. I just want them to be permanent, and I don't want them to go back on something, Salmon Run you can play all the time now, but now there's all these modes that you can't play all the time as well. And I really hope they don't keep doing that, because Big Run is great. I want to play it more though. And right here is the new boss that we are getting, and that is Horrorboros. Of course, they had to distort the image a little bit to make it seem cool. But as you can see down here, we do have a new Big Run announced, finally, and it's going to be on Inkblot Art Academy, and I'm really curious to see how this map plays on Salmon Run stuff and see what they did in terms of layout changes. But it seems, just by this little picture alone, it does seem that the Horrorboros, its special ability, like, because the Kohosuna can do a splashdown. So it seems like the Horrorboros will be doing a Booyah Bomb. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see when it comes out. And then we got our first look at a new map right here. Well, I don't know if there's any audio for it, but we'll turn that up. But I want to go into this real quick. So let's look at this. People are saying that this map is like a Tetris design, and that's the majority of the maps in this game, and I don't disagree. It's very much Tetris, where it's a straight line, it's 2 blocks on top of each other, like the 2 blocks that are, it's kind of like this with my fingers. It's weird. For a game like this, that kind of makes sense. Obviously we've had our maps like Piranha Pit and Bluefin Depot. We have maps that are really good and are laid out like that, but at the same time, the maps are still technically Tetris blocks. And that's just how map design goes in general. I will say Splatoon 3's map design is not my favorite because it is a lot more boxy with less ramps, but it does seem like this one is a bit more in variety. So I'm hoping that this is good, but it's this layout, this wide shot they took is really nice because you can see they got the spawn here, and it's pretty much just like every Splatoon map. And I love this about the Splatoon, maps, but the maps are symmetrical. And so you can see that there's the circle here, and then there's the circle over there, and these both have the kind of cover. There's a lot of cover around, so I'm really hoping to see something good here. And then so on to another kit that they also announced. We have the L3 Nozzle Nose D, and it has burst bombs and ultra stamp. I really want to like this weapon, and this kit does seem like I will, but I want to, but I'm not sure. But the next one I'm really excited to get into was the Rapid Blaster Deco. This one is going to be getting Torpedo and Inkjet. So interesting kit. I hope they buff Inkjet. Torpedo I think is really good because Torpedo just follows people around if it sees somebody. And it's a blaster, and I really want to get better at blasters. So hopefully I'll be able to check this out whenever it comes out. And then down here is a big deal. A lot of people don't really realize how big of a deal this is, but this is pull codes to where you can add friends, it seems, through Splatoon 3. And you can, instead of having your friends list on your Nintendo Switch being completely full of people, this time you can just add a bunch of people to the game. And then you can do open lobbies, stuff like that. And I definitely plan to do open lobbies. And there will even be, it seems like there's going to be private lobbies that you can do customs, so in private battles. So I'm really excited for this feature. This is actually a huge deal just by them showing this graphic. It's a major deal, and so I'm really glad that they're finally doing it. And then here's the news about where if you win a 10x battle, it tells you up at the top right hand corner. And right here we got 2 more kits. One of them I'm excited for, which is this one, and that's the Custom Jet Squelcher. It's getting the Poison Mist along with Ink Storm. So it seems like it's going to be kind of a, no pun intended, but a very toxic weapon. It's because Poison Mist mostly stuns people, doesn't let you reload or fill up your ink tank, and then you can do Ink Storm. So if you combo these two, if you use this right, the enemy is in for a bad time. And then the kit here, oh boy. So this is the Neo Splash-O-Matic. It is coming with suction bombs and triple ink strike. And if you guys don't know, triple ink strike is probably one of the best specials in the game. And if you also don't know, Splash-O-Matic is a problem right now in the meta. And the fact that it got a second kit that is arguably as good as the original Splash-O-Matic in Splatoon 3 is a bit concerning, because the Splash-O-Matic in Splatoon 3 has Crab Tank and Burst Bombs, and that is insane already. And so this looks like it's going to be a Splash-O-Matic counter by using another Splash-O-Matic. I don't understand the design behind this weapon in particular, but I'm hoping we see a nerf on Splashmatic or a nerf on specials in terms of using this, like, that are associated with guns like the Splashmatic. Yeah, I'm a little concerned, but we'll see in the patch notes. So right here we do have Manta Maria, which is returning from Splatoon 2. It doesn't seem like they changed anything. The platform here is the same. They have this top graded part. I'm so glad they kept that in. And then if we rewind here, you can see that this part seems to have been widened quite a bit. And there's this graded part is still here, but it does seem like there's an extra route. I don't quite remember this part. It does seem like there's an extra route, and this map might be one of the better maps in the game because they didn't change it. So, and lastly that we've learned was the Tri-Slosher Nouveau, along with some stuff at the bottom. This one is getting fizzy bombs and tactical ore, which is really nice for this weapon because it's a weapon that requires to be aggressive. You have to push a lot with this weapon because of how short of its range is. So getting fizzy bomb is really nice because it helps with your long range engagements. And then tactical ore is really nice because it increases your move speed, making it easier for you to close gaps. So I'm really excited to see how the Tri-Slosher goes. And then lastly, I believe, is the Neo Splooshomatic. This one is getting Squid Beacon, and along with Killer Whale 5.1. I believe this is a reference to an older kit, Splooshomatic kit in, I think, Splatoon 1. It could be, I'm not entirely sure, but really excited to check this one out. This one a lot of people seemed a little underwhelmed about, but I think it could turn out pretty well. And then the other two things, this one is huge for me, and that is the jukebox. So if you want to, in the multiplayer lobby, you pay 100 of your coins to play a certain song. And there's a huge selection of songs. They got the story mode, they got the city, they have other battles, all that stuff. It seems like it's going to be really cool because I'm only imagining things. I don't know if they really said anything about it yet, but it would be really cool if you could use these in your games to play the song before the match starts so you can hear that song while the match is playing out. I think that would be sick. The last few things is the table turf is getting online, which is really cool because you can have up to 10 players in one room, or you can have 8 players if you're in the show. So you can play locally or online, and you can just sit in a room with other people and take turns playing the game. And I really like this because it makes the lobby kind of look full. I kind of hope they have it to where people you've played with are always there sitting there, because having something like this feel populated all the time would be really nice. But I'm really excited for those people. I don't really play too much table turf. I need to start playing more table turf, but to those people, it's fantastic. Same thing with the cards. So with the cards, this is kind of a spoiler for the single player mode, but I really like these cards. These are all the guys coming from the Inkopolis, which we will talk about in a second. All these are from the Inkopolis expansion. I believe you get these anyways. I don't think you need to own the expansion pass to even get it. We got some new stuff in terms of the new weapons coming in the game, like the NZAP 89, 96 Gal Deco, Neo Splashmatic, and Sploosh. They really like these weapons, huh? And then there's the ZNF collab, and along with Super Chump and Kraken Royale, which is really cool. And I believe the last one here, oh no, there we go. We have more of all the new weapons as cards. I love the artwork that they do with it. But yeah, that I believe is everything in this new season that's coming out. I was waiting to record this because I was assuming we'd get more news today. We might get a trailer soon, but I assumed we were going to get news today, but we ended up not getting that. The one last thing is coming to this season, but it requires your money, unfortunately. But that is Inkopolis. Inkopolis from Splatoon 1 is coming on February 28th. So along with the release of the new season, it seems that the first part of the expansion pass is coming at the same day that this new season comes out, because it says available on February 28th. They didn't really advertise it too much to say that it's coming with this season, but it's here, and I'm really excited for that because I have the expansion pass. So this is the paywall version of this season, technically, because if you want that new lobby, you'll have to pay the $25 for the expansion pass. And if you want to kind of justify that purchase, I suggest watching the video that is linked up at the top or linked down in the description below. Everything coming in the season, I'm really excited for this season to come out. I really just want to play that NZAP, but I'm also really excited to try out the Tri-Slosher, the Jet Squelcher, the Splash, the Sploosh. And all these weapons are actually really interesting to me, except even the Splat Charger. It's really cool. But anyways, I think this is probably the biggest season we might have. I'm not entirely sure because Salmon Run got more love. I really wanted to see a new map, but I doubt we're going to get it. And that's fine. That's my only flaw with this new season, is I really wanted to see a new Salmon Run map. And I mean new, not something coming back from Splatoon 2. I mean like a new map. So we might still get one. They kind of did that thing to where the day of release, they're like, oh yeah, there's a new Salmon Run map. So we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, and let me know what do you think about the fresh season so far. I am waiting for patch notes, and we will cover the patch notes. But so far, I really like it. I'm a little concerned about Splash, and I wanted to see a new map for Salmon Run. But who knows, we might still get that. Anyways, I love you guys. Have an absolutely fantastic day.